Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of SYD Life. Today, we're going to be talking about apathy and how to overcome it. Let's get into it.
Let's do it. So, it's actually my dad's B-day.
Today? Oh, what's Keely's birthday too? That's amazing.
I know.
Colin.
He's been a bit upset at me since the thumbs up scandal. So I thought I'll talk about something on the podcast that he'll like.
Nice.
Apparently the Manly game was a bit of a moment on the weekend.
Yes.
And he said to say to you,
Yeah, nice.
Manly won the game but lost the points.
Okay, yeah.
And he said, Alex will agree with me.
Wow,
I just remember that it's his birthday.
Nice. Happy birthday to you, Colin. Just remember it's his birthday. Well, I will note to your father that I came to his defense in that moment. I don't know if you remember in the previous episode where you were upset about thumbs up. Yeah. And I also noticed that on the episode that was, there's a comment on the YouTube video. Have you seen this? From like C. Laidlaw 4.53 and it's just a thumbs up emoji. And I thought, that's awesome.
Is it actually?
Awesome. Yeah, I know. I'm not lying. Your dad has listened to it and given us a thumbs up, which I thought, go Colin.
Hey, Dad.
Disagree with Colin on the points. I watched the game. I was very upset. I thought it was poorly refereed. We don't have to get
that's the thing.
Yeah, but I did actually think that Parramatta put in a better performance.
Wow.
After our first 20-minute, we did fantastic, but I thought they were just too good up the middle. Yeah, I could talk rugby league for an hour.
My question to you is, in that case then, I am a Manly supporter.
Yeah, go on Manly.
Go Manly.
Yeah.
And they just seem to always lose.
Okay, it's interesting. The only team to win a premiership every decade. Yep.
Really?
Yep. In the last 5 decades.
But they haven't won in this decade.
Well, not yet. The decade's not over. We've got 7 years, baby.
Okay. Well, if anyone,
it has been 12 years. Since
if anyone's, so I was 8.
Okay, so cool.
So, if anyone from Manly is listening, I just love if we could.
Yeah, get some wins. Yeah,
just get some wins.
Yeah, have some faith.
I will try.
Yeah, we have a saying in our group. You just got to always back the boys. You got to back the boys.
Totally. Something crazy happened to me at church on the weekend.
Okay, yeah, go on.
Someone was preaching and was talking about being dramatic. And from the pulpit, I locked eyes with the preacher. I went, like, is anyone else just like really dramatic, like Charlotte Laidlaw?
Oh.
Yeah.
And did you feel exposed? Or did you love the attention?
Every single person turned around and looked at me and went, oh, yeah.
And you got up and did a twirl.
Yeah. But I'm just like, yeah, I am dramatic.
Yeah. Hey, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also like, keep it to yourself.
Yeah, which you've done by sharing it on the podcast, which I like. No, you're not dramatic at all.
No.
Yeah. I mean, you have a group of friends called the Spiral Girls. Spiral Sisters or Spiral Girls?
That's...
Spiral Girls.
Spiral Girls.
Yeah. That's right. You told me about that.
You labelled me them.
No, you told me that off air and I just brought it in. So you like the drama because you wanted to be known as the Spiral Girls.
It's just like deeply humbling.
Yeah.
But also, if I'm not dramatic, who am I?
That's right.
And also, dramatic. It saves a lot of... saves a lot of conversations that I'm in. Yeah. If like I don't know the person very well.
Yes.
And I'll just be like, oh my gosh, this thing. And they're like, oh.
And they connect over. Yeah. You got to be you. And you are dramatic. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't need everyone to know.
Speaking of drama.
Uh-oh. I'm going to go.
Just a few bones to pick with you before we get into the episode. Yeah. Firstly, why are you trying to replace me on the podcast? I noticed that Tyler was in my seat last week. Yeah. And I just want to know why you wanted to replace me.
I didn't want to replace you.
I gave you many options for recording and you just decided, no, we'll just go with Tyler instead. So I actually am just grateful I'm back on because just so everyone knows, I'm just a host. I just come and speak.
Yeah.
Charlotte's the producer, does a brilliant job. And I think she's kind of like, maybe Alex isn't the right fit. And so we'll replace him, which happened.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Here's my second. Here's following. Great line of argument though. No. Yep. Your Honour, that's my argument. No, not guilty. Yep. Okay. Fine. You're acquitted. So what I was going to secondly say. Here's my evidence. Because my first question was, why are you trying to replace me? And the reason I asked that because why are you trying to delete me?
Delete you?
Because I, you know how I'm not on social media?
Yeah.
But the one social media account I check, Well, I check two. I check Phil Gould's Twitter for rugby league updates. And then secondly, I check the SYD Life social accounts on my desktop. Like a really, really,
Yeah.
And I noticed that you deleted posts that involved us on the TikTok. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there's posts, they were gone. They were posted. They stayed there for a couple of days and then they were gone.
Maybe we got copyrighted.
Oh, maybe. Or you deleted me. What I'm trying to say is if you want me to stay on, please
Type
make
in
it
the
known that I'm
chat.
valued. Yes,
Type in
because
the chat.
Charlotte's really questioning what I'm bringing to this podcast, as evidenced by last week.
Yeah. I'm glad you're here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I did miss you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I texted you a lot during the week. Where? Just where are you? Where?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say something about you.
Yeah. Okay, great. She scans, so something's coming. Something's off. Yeah.
I was going to ask you about your recent dilemma.
Okay. Wow, you're going to, okay, I thought this is mine used to share, but go on. Yeah. My recent dilemma.
Yeah. I can give you the floor.
No, go ahead. You want to ask me about my recent dilemma?
You're going to, you're losing your hair. I don't know
Okay.
why.
Wow. I'm losing my hair. What?
What do you mean? Why?
Yeah,
Alex is going bald.
I'm going, and I've known that for a long time. The reason why it's a dilemma is that I had enough hair that it was fine, but I don't want to be a guy who hangs on.
Yeah, it's not.
Not great.
No.
Yeah, no, you don't want to be that guy. Although maybe you just love hair and you want to hang on. But I don't want to be that guy. So every time I check in with my barber, I go, "Is it time? Or is it time to go
shave.
really buzz,
shave,
like go
sorry,
down
buzz.
like really low, like because I'm not bald,
No.
as you can see.
Yeah.
But I will be on that path." And he said to me the last cut, "I think next time we should go for the buzz, mate." And that was really
It's
sobering.
just like that's a kick to the gut.
That means the next thing after buzzing is baldness. And look, I'll get over it. But it's
I'm
just
like-
like when you have red hair, sorry, I'm talking now.
No.
When you have red hair, you get teased a lot for it, but then you get an
There's an
attachment to
ownership.
it.
Yeah, totally.
This is who I am. And
Yeah.
to lose the red hair is going to be tough, to lose the hair. And so I'm on that journey.
You're not dying it.
But-
It's gone.
And so because of that, I'm wearing fewer hats because my
you're
hair's
trying
not
to
going
hold on.
Well, okay, wow.
Sorry.
That sympathy was not real.
Alex doesn't like when I'm sympathetic.
I don't believe it's true.
It's so true.
Okay, that's even worse. Yeah, yes, you're right. I don't like it.
The meaner you are, the better.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's all. Like I don't want to hide it. I'm not ashamed of how my hair is, but it has very few days left. So I will have it out more. Is it have it out? There's not much out more. Yeah. I'm embarrassed.
I've spent you told us like a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I've spent probably 4% of my time since then just trying to picture you bald. And I cannot picture
It's a big noggin I've got. I'm going to keep the beard though.
Yes.
Yeah. One last thing before we get into it, because I can tell you're trying to get in, but it's been a while since we chatted. This is literally our first chat in a while.
Like you remember last time we were together, you said we should just keep our friendship maintained to this.
Well, that's what
literally
it is. Yeah.
happened.
I understand you don't want to be my friend. I get that because of the all right scenario. No, what I was going to say was in relation to the podcast. It's escaped me.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's escaped me. What I was going to grill you on something again. Survivor, too bad.
Were you going to ask
Dumb
about
idea.
that time that I saw in your notes you were going to ask me about main character energy and then you didn't, and I've only been thinking about it for a really long time since then. You never asked me about it.
No, that wasn't it, but I will ask you about that then. Main character energy. So one of my, I don't know what this means.
You don't know what main character energy means?
Yeah. So, I don't. So someone said, we sent Felice sent I now remember what I wanted to talk about.
Oh,
but
okay.
Felice sent, she sent a picture of our daughter, Florence, to a family group chat, and one of the cousins said, she's giving off really great main character energy. And she's about your age. So
Yeah.
I didn't know what it meant though.
Main character energy is, how to explain? It's a vibe.
Wow.
It's like when it's like when people stand out, I'd say. But it's also like you can carry main character energy. It's like when I'm at uni and I'm walking around, like I will be carrying with me main character energy because I'm romanticizing my life and I'm in the city and it's
okay.
chilly. But it's also
cool.
like Florence would have been giving main character energy because it's like when people are like iconic.
Yeah, iconic, like notable. They're giving off main character energy. Like they're
she loves
something special.
And Florence loves her like little poses.
Yeah, she gives off main character
She
energy.
really. Anyway, the thing we wanted to talk about today.
Yes.
Was apathy.
Yeah, come on.
Get those notes ready because we're here to chat. Something that I've kind of seen in my generation, but also I feel like a lot of people from other generations say that people my age are more apathetic.
Yeah.
So I understand apathetic to be like not enthusiastic about things, like don't care about anything. Would I be correct?
Well, I didn't know I was going to get fact check on definition. Yeah, I would resonate with that definition.
Just
like a general disinterest, a commitment almost to being disinterested and to not feel. It's not just that I don't feel. That when we're talking about apathy, we're talking about like I don't want to feel. I want to kind of keep things level, keep things nothing as a kind of a protective, numbing measure.
Yeah.
And so we're going to talk more about that.
Yes.
But my note on that would be, which I'm sure you're in alignment with, even though I haven't talked to you about it, is that we're not talking about apathy as a mental health symptom.
Yes.
Right, because that can also be a case with depression, with anxiety, that you can get into a state of apathy. And so what we're talking about is not so much that status, that state that is much more out of your control and that there's much more work that needs to go into it, professional help and all that kind of stuff. We're probably talking more about a general disposition of not just people in your generation, people of all generations to not care as a protective measure or to not feel or to just keep things level or chill. I don't know if that word still translates.
Yeah.
To, for whatever reason, to protect, to avoid disappointment, they just don't want to work hard, whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah, totally. And when I was reflecting on it, I was thinking that it can kind of like come from a place where, like in some cases, of like where people have kind of been like let down or they've like been invested in something and then it didn't work and so they're like, well, I don't care anymore. Like that. I thought that was like.
Yeah, that's the apathy we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
And so then it can be hard to come back from that. And then, maybe it's multiple things where you've been disappointed or multiple things where you were like really believing in something and then it just disappeared or it didn't work or something and so then it's like you just almost give up caring.
Totally.
But then there is also that the trend. It's like trendy to like not care.
Yeah. Yes, it is, isn't it? It is. Do you feel like that's more prominent in your world? Like,
Yeah, and I feel like maybe like even more in high school even. But like just like, I feel like it probably just happens at this age where it's just like, I don't want anyone to know that I care about this thing or like care about this person because
it's cool not to care.
Yeah. It's just like so laid back.
That was still true for me when I was in my 20s.
Yeah. But then it can then be like fostered into like a, maybe you should care a little bit about things. Yeah.
Very good. So and so you were mentioning some reasons why people end up being apathetic. What were they again? Some of those ones?
Just like disappointed, let down, maybe like offended.
Yeah.
Or you've like been invested in something, believed in something and it hasn't come about almost.
Yeah, like unmet expectations.
Yes, that's the one.
Unfulfilled potential or big dreams, zero the delivery on that dream didn't happen yet or whatever. And so
totally.
Didn't get into the course you wanted, didn't get the job you wanted, didn't get the relationship you wanted.
Yeah. And so then
didn't get the hair you wanted.
Oh.
Unfortunately.
Everyone's been saying my hair looks really nice today.
Okay. Rubbing more salt into the wound.
Well, are you jealous of people that have
hair?
You still have hair.
Hey, if you're gonna ask provocative questions, you must follow through.
I just started being like, oh, he still has hair, so I don't want to say he doesn't have hair.
I'm not jealous, no.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, it's more a bit. It's just a bit.
Yeah, right.
I like to have bits, and this is one of my bits.
Yeah. Hey, you have ADHD.
I do have ADHD. Well, they didn't know that.
Oh.
I wasn't ready to share the word.
Sorry.
We'll have to cut that. I do. Recently diagnosed ADHD. So now I don't, you know how like a previous episode I was like, the white guy, straight white guy never says enough about what I think. What do you think? Now I have an excuse. I have ADHD.
So you
Nothing.
just never ask me.
I'm never asking you.
Yeah.
I've got too much to say.
Yeah.
I've got main character energy.
You have main character energy because you just like walk around and people follow you.
Wow. We can break that down later.
Okay. It's a compliment, so.
No, I know. I feel uncomfortable with the compliment.
But that's not what main character
No,
energy is.
totally.
Sometimes main characters are apathetic.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
Yeah, nice. Like, it doesn't matter. I can't remember his name. The guy, he's an actor, was a twin. They did The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Cole Sprouse.
The one,
That interview? Are you talking about that interview?
No, I don't know it. No, back when I was on Instagram, I like to call it Instagram.
Where he filmed people filming him?
Yeah, but don't you think his vibe is apathetic?
Oh, he's major.
Totally. Okay, so there you go.
He's
Main
majorly.
character energy
There's
with apathy.
So much has happened in the world since you're on Instagram.
Yeah, go on.
I can fill you in.
Okay.
But he did like a really funny interview where
Yeah.
he was like, had a cigarette hanging out his mouth and he was like, the entertainment industry.
Yeah, okay. Ironic.
No, he was serious.
No.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Cool.
But then a lot of people did make parodies of it. And
Yeah.
then his girlfriend at the time,
Yeah.
they broke up, but then she started dating someone that had done a parody of it.
Oh.
Really like the exact same. So all the best to all those people involved.
Yes, totally. Yeah. We don't.
But a question that I thought we could discuss was about where like emotions come in to apathy and how we can kind of counteract it with like passion, being motivated. Like, yeah, my thought was kind of what I have shared is just that it's like when it's just like the unmet expectations. But I think for a lot of people, it is also the like being like ashamed that they care or like don't want to be like caught out caring. Like I was telling someone just the other day that like I'm like really scared of asking questions in my uni class because I was like will be really scared that I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But it also comes into like what if no one else cares?
Yeah.
So then I just won't ask the question.
Yeah. Okay.
So like that vibe. And so then, where I think emotions come in is like, how do we almost like unlock, like when things like don't penetrate the surface or like we like believe in one thing and then move on really fast. It's like all that commotion.
Yeah, so we linking that question to, so you're talking through like, well, how do we care? How do we overcome that apathy or start to find a different solution or path?
Yeah.
Is probably recognizing the effect as well that why we have become apathetic. So we were talking about pain, unmet expectations, suffering, all those kind of things. And apathy becomes a great way to protect ourselves from those things.
Yeah,
they are undesirable. No one wants to have
true.
expectations unmet. No one wants to have dreams not be fulfilled. No one wants to be hurt, let down, betrayed, whatever it is that where they were caring and then it was hurt. No one wants that. And so because you don't want that, apathy can become a preventative measure. You can't hurt me because I don't care.
It's like I've just started back at uni, so my head is super in that space right now. It's like when I've left an assignment so late that it's like, this isn't going to be good. Yeah. So I'm just like, I don't care.
Yep, great.
I do not care about how this goes because I have not tried.
Yeah.
So to protect myself and everyone around me, I'll be like, oh like I didn't care, I didn't try. But then I'm like, I can take validation.
So for you as well, though, that you do care.
Yeah.
You just pretend you put. So that some of us put on the costume of apathy.
Totally.
And then some of us have really made that a way that we view the world.
Yeah.
And like apathy is this. It is an effective way of not feeling the pain, right? But I was in prep for this. I was not prep for this, but I was reading a book named Harry Potter. Came out a little bit before you were born, but
2001. I was
reading I think earlier, but I was reading The Goblet of Fire.
Banger of a book.
A few spoiler alerts here. Sorry.
Banger of a book.
Yeah.
Worst of the movies.
You couldn't be more incorrect on that. Great book, great movie. I cannot believe you're saying that Goblet of Fire is a bad movie. You mean Chamber of Secrets.
Okay, that one is the worst.
Okay, so then why did you say the Goblet of Fire was?
Because, are you kidding me?
Goblet of Fire is fantastic.
No.
Name one thing that's wrong with it.
Haircuts.
Okay,
costumes.
but they're children growing. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I just compared to all the like the cinematography of like Prisoner of Azkaban and the sixth one. The name has escaped me.
Half-Blood
Prince.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 best, like the best.
I'm not saying Goblet of Fire is the best. I do not believe it deserves the condemnation that you just gave it. It's a fantastic, fantastic movie. When
best to worst.
Yeah.
Sorry, worst to best. Okay. The first two are Goblet of Fire and Chamber of Secrets in the worst.
Like they're the worst?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to clarify that because you're really upsetting me. Are you categorizing them as bad or just not the best?
Not the best because I love all of them.
Yeah, so you still think Goblet of Fire is great? No, you don't. That's what I'm trying to. It is really good, and I cannot fathom.
Like, I think you know what I think I've identified. So I've had this conversation with so many people, and the guys love Goblet of Fire.
Okay,
and us girls don't because they're not as attractive in Goblet of Fire.
Well, you're doing a thing here. You're doing what men do, which is.
I'm just speaking.
You're speaking your truth, and it's so insanely wrong. So let's go back, and I won't do your line of argument, which is just no. Right? I'll actually give some thought into this. Yeah. Firstly, I believe that's more stereotypical of men to not like a movie because the characters are not appearing. I just don't think you.
I can elaborate on other reasons if you'd like.
Okay, go ahead.
The special effects in the fourth one are also really bad.
I disagree. I think the Portkey is a fantastic. I can picture it right now. I disagree. The Portkey was fantastic. I thought the dragons were actually pretty great. The CGI there, considering the time.
That is true.
I thought the mermaids were also fantastic CGI. So they made you shiver. They disgusted you a little bit. Well, that was effective cinematography then. So once again, you're wrong, and you're very wrong. So
okay, I still don't like it at all.
Oh, that's okay. I don't mind if you don't like it.
But and compared to the other ones, it's not as good. We can agree that Chamber of Secrets is the worst.
It is the worst. Yeah,
great.
Yeah, anyway. I'll allow that. Anyway, maybe I'm not wrong.
So you were reading. reading Goblet.
Reading Goblet of Fire, and there's some spoiler alerts here.
Warning!
Okay, but you got to read Harry Potter. Don't watch it apparently. And there's this. So
can I interrupt you one more time?
Go ahead. I'm going to be interrupting you way more, so that's fine. Who's Beck?
Our editor.
Okay, yeah.
Has never read or seen them.
Beck, our editor, has never read or seen them. I like to pretend she doesn't exist when we record this podcast, but later
she held the mic stand for us. If anyone's confused,
that's right, Beck.
She is.
Held the mic stand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hasn't read or seen Harry Potter. Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
And we somehow are still best friends.
Wow. Yeah. Well, anyway. I'm somehow still on this podcast with you, even though A, you try to remove me, B, you made fun of my boldness, C, you reveal my ADHD identity, and D, you think Goblet of Fire sucks. So,
you're so patient with me.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. What I would like to say is, so I was getting to a serious point and we've really detracted. Don't mind it. So, Goblet of Fire.
Yes.
It's after Harry's been taken to the Portkey.
Which time?
The Portkey that takes him to the graveyard with Voldemort.
Terrifying.
One more detour. I know we really need to get to talking about apathy. Yeah. Did you know, I'd have to land on this one, Harry Potter content. Did you know that Voldemort is actually pronounced Voldemort? That it's a French word.
Really?
You can fact check me on this later.
I know everything about Harry Potter and I'm so embarrassed that I don't know that.
Yeah, it's Voldemort. You can fact check it later. If you're watching or listening, fact check this. How do you pronounce Voldemort? You'll find a tweet from J.K. Rowling saying something people really, that very few people know is that Voldemort, the T is silent. It's a French word.
Why did they
do it in the movies? I don't know. It infuriates me.
That is annoying.
Yeah. So
in the graveyard,
Harry comes back and he's devastated, right? So because he's just seen Cedric be killed, right? And Voldemort's back, and all these things, and also just the emotional trauma of he saw his parents in that vision, all these kind of things, people he loves. Yeah. So Harry's in grief, and he gets taken back to the castle, and I think this is even post other plot twists that occur in that movie. But he's in grief, and
Cedric
and Sirius is there. Sirius is there.
Sirius?
Yeah, is Sirius in Goblet of Fire?
No,
someone's there. Someone's there comforting Harry.
Dumbledore?
Dumbledore's there. Dumbledore's the quote I'm getting to.
Okay, sorry.
Forget the scene. Harry's got a lot of grief.
Yes.
Right? And he's in so much pain. And Dumbledore is quizzing him, Harry, what did you see in the graveyard? He needs to know about what's happening. But Harry's just so upset. He's so grieved. So much is going on. And so someone can't have been serious, right? But someone is looking after him saying, hey, leave him alone, let him go away. Harry wants to numb himself, right? Harry just wants to forget everything is going on. And then Dumbledore says this great quote, which I think is just such a great counter for apathy, for not staying numb. And Dumbledore says this: numbing the pain for a while will make it worse when you finally feel it. Numbing the pain for a while will make it worse when you finally feel it.
Totally.
And that's why we don't want to put on the costume of apathy.
It's
That's why
really
we
true.
don't want to rush to numbing. Because we can numb it for a while, but all we're doing is delaying how dissatisfying that will feel later.
Yeah.
And so if we've felt unmet expectations, if we've felt disappointed, if we've been let down, if we've been hurt, we can numb it with apathy, but we are going to feel that feeling eventually, and it will only be worse.
Yeah.
And so what's really important is like, actually, when we talk about emotions, how can we have passion and courage? I actually think the key to get through apathy is to feel the feeling you are protecting yourself from.
Yeah.
To feel that pain,
Yeah.
to feel that disappointment. You got to accept that
You
it's
have
there.
to.
You got to know it's there. It's
Yeah.
happening. It's going to inform you. It's going to shape you. It's actually going to help you if you process this well. But if you put up the guard of apathy,
Yeah.
you're only delaying a pain.
I'm in that right now because one of my really, 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 really good friends is about to move to the outside of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's like, we've known about this for a long time.
Yes.
And so we were able to put it off.
Yeah.
But now it's like,
It's happening.
it's happening. And
Yeah.
so, and even though it's like, it's sad, it's so much better for us to like
Experience the
process it
sadness. Yeah.
and experience the sadness,
part of
because
your life.
otherwise it'll be so much worse.
Well, totally. Putting like another way I can think about it, and you're going to love this, is apathy is like a Band-Aid. And I just need to let you know that Band-Aids don't fix bullet holes. And that's a quote from Taylor Swift.
If that is a quote from Taylor Swift. Band-Aids don't fix bullet holes.
Yeah, just letting you know. Yeah.
I've seen that song live 3 times now.
Cool story. So, yeah, Band-Aids don't fix bullet holes.
How do
Apathy's
you
not
know
gonna
that
do
song?
It plays a lot in my house.
Sure.
Yep.
That is so true though. That's a really good point in terms of like where apathy comes from.
Yeah. We need passion, right? We
Yeah.
need courage. Sorry to cut you off, but it's my
No,
custom. But we need to experience the other feelings. That's why we're not experiencing the courage and passion, because if you shut down those emotions, it's hard to access the other ones.
Yeah, that's so true. And I think where we're heading now is like when, like we are in an apathetic world.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know. I guess people have not labeled.
Yeah.
But I hear a lot that like
Yeah.
Gen Z is so much more apathetic.
Yeah, totally.
And so like society and what we surround ourselves with would play like a pretty big role
Yeah.
in us being apathetic in terms of like how we were saying that it's like people just want to pretend,
Yeah.
just want to ignore things, but
Yeah.
then it's like the trend of like,
Well, can I ask
don't
you?
care.
Can I ask you a question? Like, what societal or cultural influences do you think have shaped that? What's the pressure, or what's influencing people be more apathetic?
I'm like a pop culture, like I just
Yeah.
would see it so much in like the entertainment and stuff that I see, like
Yeah.
the characters in the movies. But then also
okay.
it's just like we're currently on the northern beaches
Yeah.
and it's just like everyone is so chill.
Yeah.
And so then it's like, because we are really lucky to live here, we aren't experiencing things that are harder.
Yeah.
It's like we don't have like as much grit. We don't have
Yeah.
as much, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a word I'm looking for,
Okay.
but we would think that we're better off just kind of ignoring all our
Yeah.
problems. And it's almost like we'll get super hyped over one thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is so important.
Yeah.
We need to stop what
Yes.
we're doing.
Yeah.
Raise the swords, like we're
Yeah.
in, and then it's like 2 weeks later, it's gone.
Yeah. Totally.
And so then it's like nothing is really like, is digging deep into like, I really am motivated to care about this.
Yeah. Okay. So you think I think the phrase has been used before for slacktivism.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it's kind of like, oh, we're doing it, but like it's just a social media.
Yeah.
campaign,
Like
not-
I feel
not
like
genuine.
apathy comes into that because like
Yeah.
how much do we actually really care?
Sure.
And so then because we're so used to like that routine of like, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, that when it comes down to it, it's like, it's not actually been like, it's not got much to do with me. So then I'm not really practicing that
Okay, so
passion.
what I'm hearing like is that you feel like a little bit of the individualization where all the individual is most important creates actually an apathy, because if it doesn't meet my
Yes.
interests, I'm not going to care.
You really distilled that very well.
Thank you. Well, I was
Took me
listening.
a long time to get there.
I was listening.
Yeah.
I think another influence that, I talk about this a lot, but I just feel, only because I feel like it's a legitimate point, is the entertainment and social media culture we live in,
Yeah.
that all these algorithms are designed
Yeah,
to
totally.
entertain you, to keep you occupied, to keep you continuing on the
Yeah.
platform. And so
Then we don't
have
even think.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
we zone out. We go into a zombie zone where we're just kind of lethargic and and tuned out. But then
Yeah.
also it creates a relationship with that tool or that device or that platform where boredom is now an enemy.
Boredom.
We can't be bored anymore. And so I think
Yeah.
apathy, but our attachment to these platforms that kind of numb us out, creates an apathy. But also it's this weird relationship where it's like, well, we could not be on these platforms, but then we're bored.
Yeah.
And a lot of our messaging is saying, don't be bored, entertain yourself. Don't be bored, indulge yourself. Don't be bored, engage with this, talk about this, like watch this, look at this, press this, I don't know, whatever it is. And so then we cannot be bored. But boredom actually is a fantastic state to be in, because it helps us
Yeah.
choose the next challenge,
Yeah.
the next adventure. But when we have so many distractions, it actually feeds a message to us that I cannot be bored. And our brain ends up thinking, I can't be bored. I've got to be occupied.
Yeah, wow.
So I think boredom actually can be a gift to us in our
Yeah.
apathy. If I'm bored, if I'm feeling demotivated, if I'm feeling like I don't have many cares, that's actually my catalyst moment to do something significant, to begin a journey of adventure, to take on a giant, to pursue a dream. It's actually not a bad thing. It's a catalyst. Not I'm going to go onto TikTok again, or I'm going to look at this media again, or I'm going to do this thing again, or we'll play this video game again, whatever it is. No, I'm going to pursue something significant now.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my first step towards it. And so I think society has made us view boredom as an enemy, boredom as a villain, boredom as an ailment, but boredom is a gift. It's the catalyst moment to do something more important. Yeah.
Wow.
So I think that's one of the key things.
That was
Did I get a bit
beautiful.
preachy, did I?
That was beautiful.
I think boredom's important. I think boredom, there's this book, The Psychology of Boredom, I think. I've got the book list later. It's Out of My Skull by James Dankert. It's like a book on the psychology of boredom.
Nice.
And it talks about, in boredom, what we need is not necessarily just self-control to control ourselves to pursue our values. We need this concept called self-direction to direct ourselves to things that are significant. So how do we navigate apathy? How do we work through the times when we are feeling like, I'm just demotivated, I'm bored, and not pick up the thing that actually keeps us distracted and keeps us numbed? We have to direct ourselves to something more significant, which means hey, choose something significant to do with your life.
Yeah.
Choose something with purpose, pursue
Totally.
things, have dreams again, take a risk.
Yeah. And it's like you find that stuff when you are bored.
Yes,
Yeah.
totally. Well, it helps. Like, or like if you're bored, it's like, what's the new challenge? Like, and it takes time to develop that attitude.
Yeah, but no, it's so true. It's like when people kind of talk about having like proper rest, even.
Yeah.
Where it's like, just like create some space in your head.
Disconnect. Yeah.
So that you can actually like think again.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is so true.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, they're not all my ideas, but
But
I found that to be helpful, and I think for you and I, we have a faith. We're Christians, and we're very involved in our church, and that's a greater purpose. Like a way to work through the apathy is to find a greater purpose, find something greater than yourself.
Totally.
Which connects to what you were saying about individualism.
Yes, I had that written down too.
Go ahead.
Just like having faith, having Jesus
Yeah.
makes everything a lot easier.
Yeah.
Because it just directs us.
Yeah.
I know, I feel like I've learnt proper rest from having my faith. I've learnt proper like dreams and stuff have like actual tangible purpose when it comes when you like bring something else like that in.
Well, our faith, we looking at Jesus laid down his life for others.
Yeah.
It's a message of service. And so we always have an opportunity to serve, which brings a great sense of purpose to help others, to facilitate compassion, to facilitate honest conversation, or whatever these things are, helping people.
Totally.
That's just it's just dripping in purpose. So that's really easy for us being Christians to find that sense of purpose.
Yeah, for sure. But it's just like the classic thing of like when you do help someone, or like you're able to like give someone an answer, or, you know, I was talking about it with Ellie last week. You clearly didn't listen to it because you said you didn't listen to the whole thing.
I have. If I'm not the main character, I'm not interested. Yeah.
But we were talking about like when we would like sit with our friends in grief and stuff.
Yeah.
Just like
Great.
that gives you, you know, not that you're the most important person in the world, but it gives you purpose. It like unlocking that compassion that we have in us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Servant-hearted people.
So giving away our time to others, like if we're looking for that challenge, like maybe right now you're like, oh, Christianity's not for me. But if we're looking for things that are going to help people, that's a great way to find purpose. But yeah, I think it's navigating boredom, giving yourself some self-direction.
Totally.
Can I say one other thing? Embracing the ordinary. So the ordinary...
You're speaking... I'm an Enneagram 4.
Oh, yeah.
And all the advice is always for Enneagram 4s, which is the individualist.
Yes,
to embrace the ordinary.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So speak to me.
Well, I think probably as I've gotten older, and I do have ADHD, so I'm very easily distracted and very easy. I just want the new thing. I need dopamine left, right, and center. There's never enough. There's never enough for me.
Yeah.
I always want more for stimulation.
Yeah.
But what I've going through my 20s and seeing where I've improved, where I've seen success, and where I've seen fruitfulness or results, I think for me, a hallmark for me in my journey is that the ordinary became my sparring partner. And what I mean by that is that's how I trained myself for something more significant. Because actually life, and I think this is where sometimes we get it wrong, if we allow ourselves to allow social media, or more so media like movies, entertainment, to feed our worldview, we'll think that everything is amazing.
Yeah.
We'll view people's highlight reels and we'll think it's all fantastic. But in fact, life is mostly ordinary. Life is mostly, you just get out of bed, brush your teeth, hopefully have breakfast, go to work. We're talking 60% of your day, right? If we throw in sleep, that's 75% of your day. A lot of that's ordinary, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that life is boring. I'm just saying that most of life is ordinary. And actually, so that's your test. That's the challenge. And so if you view it differently, like, okay, I'm turning up for another day of ordinary, another day of putting my roots further in my discipline, becoming someone who's more robust, who can handle it. I actually think that the more significant moments are on the other side of the perpetual commitment to get through the ordinary, work through it. And so I think it's your everyday sparring partner for greater challenges. So I think it actually sets you up. So because I know that like I can handle the difficult times or the boring times, because I know that that's going to be my standard, I develop a capacity to withstand difficult times. Because ordinary is actually tough to handle. That's why people are constantly doing career changes, course changes, life changes, moving overseas to pursue something. Sorry, that was your friend, and I read it back. So whatever that is, though, they'll sometimes do that to get out of the ordinary. Yeah. And I'm not saying that we should lower the bar of aspiration.
Totally, no.
But life is ordinary, and you got to embrace
it. Like what you're saying, you have to wrestle through that. Yeah. Because if you can't get through anything. Yeah.
You're just going to keep switching.
You're going to keep switching.
And then that's how you become apathetic, because, ordinary is going to come. And that's disappointing. Yeah. And so then we just, let's not do anything. Yeah. Because if it's all ordinary, let's have this kind of existentialist approach and just, it's all meaningless, it's all absurd. Totally. Let's just protect ourselves, forget about it, I won't pursue it. Yeah. But if you just embrace it, treat it as a sparring partner, there is going to be meaning and significance on the other side of your commitment to getting through the ordinary. I'm not saying we should let that be the bar. I'm saying it's the floor. Yeah. And some people are making it their ceiling.
Yes. Yeah.
And so I guess on that, like getting through the ordinary looks like we've got to reduce those doorways to distraction. So sometimes you just got to shut off the phone, got to shut off the media. You just got to let yourself sit there and be bored. And I find that so hard.
Totally. I've been trying to write an essay for a few days. I know it well.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
But
that's a great example.
Yeah. I've been staring at that Google Doc, staring at the question like,
And then immediately jumping onto something else, right?
Yeah. Then I immediately go, I have to write an essay.
Yeah.
Give me sympathy.
Yeah.
No, but totally. And I think even just like to wrap this moment up, what we have identified is that you need to care about things. Your teeth just got like
You're going to have to explain for the audience.
Alex just picked up this cup of water and his teeth like got magnified through the cup.
I actually hate that.
Like really got me. It's like a horse.
Oh, wow. Charlotte just said it was like a horse. Okay, cool.
Anyway.
Get to your point.
You have to, my one thing is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, great.
My one thing is that you have to, you have to be passionate about things because that is what makes it. And like, just like what you were saying in that, with things are going to be ordinary.
Yeah.
But just let them be.
Well, you can't control it really. Like that's happened. Like,
yeah.
And that's great. So what's your one idea that you want people to?
My one idea is that being motivated, being passionate about things will just ramp up the quality of life.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So, okay, great. I love that. Choose passion, not apathy. That's good.
Yeah.
Mine is similar. I wrote something down, so I'm going to read it.
Yeah.
I reckon we need to give up on easy, not on passion.
Ooh.
If you want it to be easy, you actually don't want a meaningful life.
Wow.
But you are made for a meaningful life. Meaning is not without challenges, pain and suffering. In fact, these are vital ingredients for meaning. So on the tough days, you choose discipline. On the good days, you choose motivation. When it's there, it's easy, you can access it.
Yeah.
But on the tough days, when it doesn't feel like you have those exciting feelings around, don't choose apathy, choose discipline. You have it. You are born and made for meaning.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that you will avoid ordinary. It doesn't mean you will avoid disappointment. It doesn't mean you will avoid heartbreak or things not working out. That's the days you choose grit, discipline and endurance, because you are capable and made to do something magnificent, meaningful and significant.
Yeah.
So just keep gritting through it.
Totally.
And a couple of books, just a thought.
We're growing Alex's library.
Growing mine?
Yeah.
No, I have books I've read.
No, I know.
Growing my library. How does it grow my library?
Because, like our library.
Yeah, your library. Yeah. I'm still bitter about the horse teeth thing. Anyways.
I'm trying to say because you always have books for us.
Oh, great. Yeah.
So you're growing our library.
Oh, growing. But you said Alex's library.
Well, yeah, it is your library, but I can make it our library.
Fair enough. Our library, guys. A couple of books that might help you here is Out of My Skull. I think it's Bored Out of My Skull by James Dankert and another author, which I forgot. And then there's another one in the School of Life series, How to Be Bored by Eva Hoffman. These are two really cool books that help. The Out of My Skull talks more about defining boredom. It does a lot of work there. And then talking about how do we get through it, what are the ingredients, and really that key concept of self-direction comes through a lot. And then the other one is, again, is How to Be Bored by Eva Hoffman. And it just talks about the things you can do instead. It's the idea of that boredom becomes a catalyst for something more meaningful, for something that's going to enrich you, make you stronger, make your life more meaningful.
Yeah.
That boredom doesn't need to be I'm bored, get me the dopamine, get on social media, watch a movie, play a game. No, I'm bored.
Totally.
What's something meaningful and rich I can do?
Yeah, that's so good.
Thanks. Great chats. Yeah. Big Harry Potter detour.
Big Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Gonna have to cut some of that
Call
out.
me a horse. Hope we don't cut it out.
I did call you a horse.
Yeah. Call me a horse, call me bald. I really
As-
get the feeling you're wanting to replace me. Yeah.
As a serial yapper,
Pardon?
what do you think that means?
Well, yap. So I would imagine talk. Bit of main character energy.
Being like it's like a recent term that's come out.
Okay. Yeah.
Where we just talk about like yapping.
As a
Like
serial-
we're having a yap and you're a yapper.
Am I a yapper?
You are a yapper.
Okay, so why am I a yapper?
Because you love to yap.
Yeah. So so to yap means to talk.
Yeah.
Just talk?
It's like
Talk nonsense? Talk.
Well,
Fill the room with talk? Like,
yeah.
Do you think I'm a yapper? Okay.
Yeah. Like you're chatty.
Chatty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I was telling my sister, I was like, I'm going to ask Alex about yapping.
Yeah.
And she went, say like, as a serial yapper.
Well, because I have offset your sister, anything she says is hilarious to me right now. The only laidlaw not to love me.
True.
I don't know. Speaking on behalf of Colin, I've had Colin's back a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure they all love you.
Yeah, good.
But yapping is this new thing.
Okay.
I'm just trying to build your vocabulary.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'd say Florence, your daughter's a yapper.
Yeah.
Would you say that she's a yapper?
Yeah, she yaps a lot. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nothing of it is intelligible.
Well, so she literally yaps. She's like literally a yapper. She's like, you're doing it right now.
That's a yapping.
But yeah, it'll be like if my friend, one of my friends, she is always straight on to the terms.
Yes,
and she was like, "Come to Macca's after youth. We're going to go yapping." And I was like,
"Oh, okay.
Wow.
I like that. Yeah.
We're literally going to go and yap."
Nice.
Yeah, I just thought it was like a little.
You
fun
and
thing
I,
that you can.
you're a chief yapper.
I am a yapper.
Yeah.
It's because I've recently realized I'm an extrovert.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
I didn't realize. For the people listening at home, I've recently undergone a serious identity change.
Yeah.
I was
not to the rest of us.
No, well, that's what
just your understanding.
Everyone's been telling me that.
Old yapper.
I'm so excited. I have never been so motivated to go home and do my essay.
Oh, that's good.
Because I need to do it. Ellie was again. Yeah. You didn't listen to the podcast. Everyone at home should go and listen to the podcast.
Great episode.
If you didn't.
Yeah.
Alex is going to lead by example, and he's going to do it.
I watched the shorts.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I learnt a new word.
What did you learn?
Agency.
Yeah.
And then I used it.
I thought you did good content with that.
Yeah,
that was a good cut. Yeah.
Maybe you can slip yapping into that.
Nice. Well, I've done it with Delulu a few times. Delulu. I don't know if you've noticed. Yeah.
Oh, I love being Delulu.
Yeah.
I'd say that's a part of main character energy.
Being in Delulu land.
Yeah.
Yep. Fair enough.
But again, it's just like a state of mind.
Yeah. I'm a bit of a Delula.
I was actually complaining to...
Yeah. Not unlike you to complain, by the way.
No.
Yeah.
The other day that like I've been a bit uninspired.
Yeah.
And I like needed to like start being delusional again.
Yeah, to get some inspiration.
Yeah. I'm going to start romanticizing my life again.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah. Do you romanticize your life?
I can't say that I do. I think, what I've just talked about embracing the ordinary would be in contrary to romanticizing it.
That's so true. Yeah. But when you're like getting off the train to uni.
Yeah, I would just view that as sentiment or I don't want to use a word I don't know.
Go on.
No, I don't know if it's the right word though.
What were you going to say?
I'm going to say it's an ephemeral moment, but I don't know if that's the word.
I've never heard that word in my life. Ethereal? No,
ethereal. Anyway, I might have it completely wrong. We'll cut it because my ego will not be able to handle me saying a wrong word on a podcast. But that moment of like experiencing it, like I know that feeling you're talking about, like the senses are activated. It's just a beautiful thing.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But it is ordinary things what you're doing.
That's what
you're romanticizing the ordinary things.
Okay, romanticizing is fine. Sorry. Fantasizing is probably what I'm talking about.
Sure, being delusional is not the best.
But romanticizing that stuff, that's actually fantastic. Do you know an experience that's really weird that I romanticize?
Sure.
Is if I'm on a walk, I often like to walk in the bush or something, and I go from heat to shade. And the experience, the physical experience of the change in temperature,
it gets
is quite. I just find that a gift from God, from nature.
It's autumn.
It's something beautiful. It's autumn. Technically, it's autumn. It's still too
hot today. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have episodes every fortnight. Check us out on Instagram, TikTok, and let us know what you want to hear. We will be checking the DMs. So let us know. Send us any questions. Have a great week.
See you later, guys.
SYD Life is a podcast produced by C3 SYD Church. We exist to help people know Jesus, find community, and discover their purpose. Find us on our website at c3syd.church and for more content and clips at sydlife.podcast.